So hi guys, thank you so much for clicking. I'm Maria James. If you want to become a part of this family, please subscribe and keep it here. So last video I posted about the death of my dad. I promised that I was gonna give you a continuation of it, and here I am. So guys, if you have not watched the last video, the death of my dad, please make sure to watch it so that you can connect with this one. So uh we went we were done with the burial of my dad, and after that we needed to like normalize everything, to take everything to normal, like start living our lives normally like any other people. So generally life had to go on. So, and that's because my dad had died towards the end of the year. It was around November. So, and usually at this particular moment in Kenya, school are on holidays. So we were at home. My mom decided that we were going to spend that holiday at my grandmom's place, as she took care of her transfer. Because I had not told you that my mom and my dad were both employed by the government, and we were living in the coastal region. So my mom thought she would get a transfer from now coastal region to come somewhere close to central, where we had buried our dad, or rather our home, my grandmom's place, so that we can at least settle there somewhere close to home. So, and the transfer was a quick thing because she transferred by December. She was already transferred, and she went and started living somewhere close to our grandmom's place, okay, in the next town from where we were living with my grandma. And when January came, we had to enroll in school, another school, a transfer school, anything. So we had now relocated, and we were living in my grandmom's place, as my mom is working in the nearest town. But my mom would really come oftenly to visit us, so that just checking up on us. And my grandmother was there taking care of us, and she was an adorable woman. May God rest her soul in eternal rest. She loved us. She took care of us very well. She loved us, and with her around, life was better. But then again, as we were living there, we were living with a cousin and aunt who was living there as well. So with them, life was not as good as with my grandmother, because to them it seemed like we had invaded their space. It's like we were like strangers. They treated us like strangers in that family, and they never showed us so much love in that place. But we had to live here because this is a new life that we have, and we have to live it, because I guess we didn't have so much of a choice. So after, I think it was now after the burial, 5 months after the burial, uh my mom got like, okay, before then, before my dad was, I'm going to take you back, before my dad died, my mom was like getting sicky all the time. So she had like wanted to like ask for an early retirement. So because that is what they have discussed with my dad, for her to have an early retirement, stay at home mom, and just take care of us, as my dad will be working, because her health was not so good. And so she had sent so many letters asking for the early retirement, but it kept on being denied. But around November, before my dad died, now she sent the fifth letter asking for the same early retirement, but the letter did not come immediately. But now then, 5 months after the burial of my dad, here comes the letter, and this time around it was not denied. They were like giving her the early retirement that she was really asking for. But it was a wrong timing for it. My mom got so scared, and she had like to denounce it again, like send a letter again and just denounce the same thing. She no longer wanted the early retirement anymore, considering she is the breadwinner. She is the one who is taking care of these 6 children here, and it would be tough if she would be out of work. She had to work regardless of the situation that there was. And luckily, I think there was so much understanding, because when she denied the whole thing, she was like went back to work, and everything started back coming back to normal. And when I think about these guys, I think that everything in this world happens for a reason. You see, the word of God tells us that every single thing happens for good for them that love the Lord. At the time that my mom was sending those letters and they kept on being denied, I want to believe they were being denied for a reason. And this reason is because my dad was gonna die somewhere down the line and she would need this job so badly. And so it just came at the moment where she no longer needed it, so she had to like stay at the job, and it was like a miracle kind of a thing. It was a good thing, and my mom was all excited because she now has still her job to continue taking care of us, and it was an amazing thing, something to thank God for. So we continued living our lives in my grandma's place, and my mom would really visit us oftenly, so many times, visiting us, checking up on us, and would feel excited when she would come. Because guys, when my mom was not really around, we faced so many challenges in that home. Definitely not from my grandma, because she treated us well, but now from my aunt and my cousin, it was a tough situation because they mistreated us. They never loved us. They like, I don't know, they definitely never wanted us to be there or something, but the kind of treatment they gave us was very tough for young girls, just for a young child to like go through all that kind of a situation. It was really bad. People not loving you, treating you badly, like you're not a part of that family. They actually made us feel like we were not in our own home, but in reality this was our home. This is my dad's home and makes it our own home, but to us it felt like we are not at home because we were not used to this kind of life. Remember, I told you that when my dad was alive, our life was much better. So we were showered with so much love and it was okay. And I remember when we used to go to visit my grandma, these people that are now treating us badly used to treat us so good when my dad was alive. But now that he's gone, the kind of treatment has really changed. They don't love us anymore. And it's like actually they loved us because our dad was around, and now because our dad is gone, the love has also gone, and it was really bad. But then again, I think we didn't have so much of a choice, and we did not want to add to the stress of what my mom had, because my mom was really struggling for us. Being the only parent now, it was tough for us now to add this on her. We did not even tell her what was really going on. I remember she would just come visit us and we'll actually tell her nothing. We will just pretend to be happy. We are just okay. And for us, we had taken it like it is okay for them to mistreat us. It is okay for them not to love us, because anyway, we didn't have a reason. They didn't have a reason to do that, but we were like, it's okay, it's fine. We don't have a choice, and we have to live this kind of life anyway. Because we were like, do we really have a choice? I guess not. But in so many cases, I don't know, what was your experience if you ever lost your dad? What was your experience with the family members that have been left behind? Because in most cases, in things like this, a lot of people face a lot of challenges, being mistreated, they don't love you anymore. So many kind of bad, weird things that were not really done when your dads were alive, and now they're gone. But for us, we had to like go on with this kind of treatment, and it was like for close to 2 years, yeah, almost to 2 years, we had gone through that kind of life. We were telling our mom nothing, and mind you, our mom was providing for us. She would buy food, she would like provide every single thing for us. So my grandmother was just living with us, maybe cooking for us because we were still young, and doing those things that you do for a little kid. But my mom was really providing everything financially, be it school, be it what we dress, be it what we eat, every single thing my mom was dressing. So after 2 years, after close to 2 years actually, we overheard an argument. It was on a Sunday. I remember we had just come from church with my grandmother, And when she got, my grandmother prepared lunch for us, and we were eating out somewhere outside. We had some commotion and noises inside the house, and it was just like an argument between my grandmother and my aunt and cousin. And my aunt and cousin were actually telling my grandmother that you cannot continue taking care of these kids while their mother is doing prostitution wherever she is, and you here are getting tired of taking care of them. They should be taken back to their own mother. Let her live with her own kids. They don't deserve to be here. Let them go. They have become a burden in this family, in this house. Let them go to their mother, and let them stay with their mother for, a lot of things they were saying. And but our grandmother told them that I will not let these kids go anywhere, because these are my children. The fact that their dad is gone does not mean that they have stopped being mine. And I'm the one who is going to help their mother to raise them up, because it is like they are my family, they are my kids, and it is my responsibility to like help their mother where I can, so that their mother can also be able to work and also providing for them. And but they insisted, and they were like, you cannot take care of them. But we just overheard, and it really hurt us. We felt so bad. We never told our grandmother that we have heard what was really going on. We actually pretended that we did not hear. We've not heard anything. We have not heard anything. So we were like, it's okay. But we were like, we can't take this anymore. It has been so much. We have gone through so much. Okay, and we started now looking back at what the kind of treatment they've given us. Okay, how we have been, what we've gone through all that time. Those 2 years we've been through a lot with our aunt and cousin. They have mistreated us. When our grandmother was not around, they will deny us food. The food that my mom is actually buying. They will deny us food sometimes. A lot of crazy things that really used to happen. We thought about it, and we were like, enough is enough. It was okay for them to mistreat us, but it is not okay for them to say bad things about our mom. Because mind you, my mom, now being employed by the government, she would work from Monday to Friday. And on Saturday and Sunday, because she's not at the office, she would open a business. She was selling potatoes Saturdays and Sundays. And it was like a side hustle for her, just to be able to get an extra income to take care of us. And then you hear some people saying that your mother is a prostitute. Really, it was really heartbreaking. We decided that enough is enough, and you cannot take this anymore. We need to tell our mom, and we actually need to tell her that we are no longer staying in this house. Come what goes what, it's enough. And we did not tell our grandmother. So we had a discussion. We were like, we are going to find transport. I don't know where we're gonna get transport, but we need to go to where my mom lives and tell her every single thing, and let her decide what will happen. Because we are tired, and we could not take it anymore. We had taken enough, and we could not take it anymore. So within 1 week, we had gotten 6 Kenyan shillings, 6 bob. And this was not so much money. It was not even enough for transport. But we were like, we need to go anyway. This is what we have. 6 shillings is what we have. We have been given by a grandmother to buy sweets, I remember. But we kept the money to use it as transport. This was just minds of young kids. This 6 bob will take us to our mom. But we decided because we cannot go all of us. It was the 3 of us. We could not really go the 3 of us. But one of us would go. Tell our mom everything, so that she can make a decision on what will really happen to us. So we decided to walk for about, again, it was another Sunday now. We decided to walk for about a place of 8 kilometers walking, so that we can find a matatu. Now we have gotten somewhere around close to where my mom is. So, and we asked the matatu tout, would you really take my sister and let her pay just 5 shillings because that is all we have. We begged this guy and he was like, it's okay. Okay, he just took the 5 shillings for the transport, and it was not the actual money that she was supposed to be paying, but this guy took it anyway. And my sister went, and as I and my other sister now had to go back to my grandma's place, as my sister goes to where my mom is. So remember, we have no transport either, so we had to walk back. And we walked, and I remember as we were walking together with my sister, we were really crying, and we were really hoping that my mom would really come to our rescue, that my mom would really come, so that we'll retell her what is happening, what people are saying about her. We went home. So we decided to just go back to my grandma's place and wait for what will really happen after my sister goes to my mom. So guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stop at that. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the continuation of this story, please make sure to watch the next video. Find out what happened after my mama found out about everything that we've been going through. Feel encouraged by my story, and thank you so much for watching. Please share, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you.